Mbappe's 2026 Ballon d'Or charge ongoing. Liverpool too busy scoring late winners. PSG moving reckless. Here are the Champions League match week 1 review. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Without any further ado, let's get into this one. So it's been some interesting Champions League matches to start off the Champions League campaign. Notably, that thriller, one of the greatest Champions League matches of all time, Juventus versus Dortmund. But I'll get into that one shortly. So if I switch my screen right now, let's start off with Bilbao versus Arsenal. 2-0 win, and the things that I learned from that game is that Arsenal's defense is a cheat code, absolute cheat code. They still haven't conceded an open play goal so far this season. If Saliba's out, Mosquera can come in and do a job. Let's say Gabriel's out, they can still bring in Hikape, he'll probably do a job there. If Calafiori goes out, Lewis Skelly can slot right in. Why for that? And if Timber went out, potentially Ben White, if he's fit, will come in to deputize. They got so much depth in that defense that it's I wouldn't say it's impossible to break them down, but it's very, very tricky to break them down, if that makes sense. And yeah, man, obviously they didn't perform great against Bilbao, but they didn't need to be great to get the win because the option of the bench came on and made the difference. Martinelli and Trossard got the goals. So yeah, man, their defense is absolutely ridiculous, and they can definitely go far in this Champions League. I know Arsenal fans will be wanting to hear that one, but I have to keep it real. Next one, PSV versus Union, and PSV got absolutely battered. But the only thing I want to talk about this game is shout out Kevin McAllister, Alexis McAllister's brother. He got himself a goal. Big up to him all day, every day, man. Yeah, it's nice to see players that plays for my club's brothers scoring goals. Benfica versus Qarabag from 2-0 down. Qarabag away from home against Benfica. Many people would have thought the game was done, but they didn't let their heads drop. The mentality was still there, and they thought, you know what, let's not go for the draw, let's go for the win. 2-0 down, no problem, we'll make it 3-2. And that's exactly what happened. And Benfica sacked their manager right after the game, as they saw it as embarrassing. And now Jose Mourinho is the new Benfica manager. 20 years plus since he first started his journey at Benfica. That comeback, full credit to them, man. Like lots of teams would have gave up and said, "Yep, it's over. There's no point." But Qarabag, they dug deep and they got themselves a win. So fair play. What a comeback! Unbelievable comeback. Real Madrid versus Marseille. I can't lie. For that penalty, the second penalty, that was not a penalty. That was just Real Madrid judge happening again. But they didn't perform great, Real Madrid. Like you can tell that they're still finding the right balance under Xavi Alonso. He's still trying to get his ideas across to the players. Trent Alexander-Arnold went off injured. He's gonna be out for the next 2 months. I'm not mistaken. Carvajal came in, got himself sent off. And for Marseille, they actually performed. They actually performed good. Obviously, I can't say his name, but he performed good. He got himself an assist. That was a great assist as well. Timed his pass perfectly. Aubameyang had the chance. I don't know how he missed that. Prime Aubameyang bangs that. No problem. But yeah, man, Mbappe is on his Ballon d'Or 2026 charge, man. He started off the season like a house on fire. He means business in the second season. And you know what? I'm one of those people that don't think he's elite anymore. I still think he's world class, but not elite. But he's getting to them elite levels again. He's performing to an elite level. And I'm not a hater. If I see a player performing to an elite level, I'll say it, bro. And Mbappe's doing that. So yeah, man, big up Kylian Mbappe, innit? Let's hope it continues because elite Mbappe is definitely no arguments in terms of best players in the world. Do you understand? So we've been waiting for Mbappe to win a Ballon d'Or. 2026 can finally be the year. And if that happens, I can't say anything bad about him ever again. So yeah, man, shout out Kylian Mbappe. You understand? He's doing bits. And Tottenham Hotspur started off their Champions League campaign under Thomas Frank with a 1-0 win over Villarreal on goal. It was a bit boring. It was a boring game, but Tottenham, they got themselves a clean sheet. That's 4 clean sheets in all competitions so far under Thomas Frank. Defensively, they're solid. Back four, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Jet Spence with a Corey on goal. It's looking like a lockdown right now, to be honest. Looking like a lockdown because they're keeping clean sheets. They're keeping clean sheets for real. So, yeah, man, shout out Thomas Frank. I did say Thomas Frank deserves the chance to manage the team in the Champions League to show the whole world how good of a manager he really is. And don't be surprised if Thomas Frank beat one of the big sides in the Champions League because yes, their fixtures in terms of the the way the format is going is kind of kind to them, but you still have to beat who's in front of you, and so far he's done that. So yeah, man, shout out Thomas Frank all day, every day. Shout out Tottenham as well. Then on to the craziness. 0-0 at halftime to Juventus and Dortmund, and in the second half, all hail broke loose. You see, Yildiz, he's a proper player, Yildiz. Proper player, man. He was causing Dortmund all sorts of problems in that second half. Got himself a goal. He was doing bits, I can't lie. And yeah, man, Juventus versus Dortmund, it was like a basketball game. Forget defending, let's score goals. Like they were scoring goals left, right, and centre. It was happening in a short space of time as well. At one stage, Dortmund went 4-2 up, and the game was not over. Juventus managed to do a mad comeback to rescue the game and get themselves a point. Like, I'm sorry, that game was madness, bro. And the atmosphere definitely played a part in it as well, because bro, that is one of the greatest Champions League games of all time. And if this is the sign of things to come in terms of the Champions League campaign, we're in for a treat. I might as well get my popcorns now because, bro, I'm all for goals galore. And that's exactly what that game brought us. So, yeah, man, shout out for the neutrals. It was amazing. But for either one of the fan base, it was flipping gut wrenching still. And it was like the heart rate was definitely tested in that game. You understand? So, yeah, man. Juventus versus Dortmund, crazy game. Now on to yesterday's games. Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Boy, oh boy, Chelsea got taught a lesson. There's players in that Chelsea team that the occasion got to them, and they're not Champions League level quality. I'm not going to single them out, but I think for people that watch Chelsea, you will know exactly who the players I'm talking about in terms of Champions League level quality. They're not there yet because the inexperience definitely came to fruition because they was making mistakes. And when you have an attack of Kane, Elise, Luis Diaz hunting you, eventually you're going to get punished. And that's exactly what happened. I don't think Chelsea played that bad, but it's just certain players that showed the inexperience in it. I think Cole Palmer showed that he belonged in this Champions League. He's one of the best players in the world. You see that finish? He's one of the best finishers in England, bro. One of the best finishers. He's so cool and calm with his finishing. And yeah, man, Cole Palmer definitely rose to the occasion. You understand? But yeah, man, overall, Bayern Munich fully deserved the win. They could have scored a couple more chances. Harry Kane, his record is absolutely ridiculous. I saw a statistic: 102 games, 95 goals, 29 assists. What on earth is going on? He's still the best striker in the world for me. Harry Kane, lethal in front of goal. That second goal, unbelievable finish. But that's a Harry Kane finish. Right into the bottom corner. Robert Sanchez, who had a good game, by the way. No chance of saving that. Elise showing why he's world class in my opinion. I think it's time to put that tag on him. Elise, he's absolutely sensational. He's a joke. You understand? And yeah, man, that game, Chelsea got taught a Champions League lesson. It was like welcome back to the Champions League for Chelsea. Now, it's only one game, so I'm not really going to run agendas like I was doing yesterday. But this was definitely a welcome back to the Champions League. And for Maresca, it was welcome to the Champions League. You understand? So, yeah, man, big up Bayern for that win. PSG versus Atalanta. Bro, one thing I've learned, PSG is definitely the most scariest team in the Champions League right now. Definitely. I don't care what no one tells me because they should have scored 8. They should have scored 8 yesterday. It was an absolute joke. Nuno Mendes, he should have got 2 goals. By the way, the second chance that he took, ridiculous. Like, that defender got sent differently, bro. He was sliding. That near post finish, best left back in the world. Hakimi causing havoc down the right hand side, best right back in the world. Kvaratskhelia with a great solo goal, one of the best wingers in the world. And this was about Dembele and Doué, and it was still hooking up the place. Barcola, I rate him very highly. Had a stinker in front of goal, absolute stinker. That penalty, atrocious. And even the chance before, the penalty before, like he had a chance straight at the keeper. So yeah, Barcola, he's a wonderful player that he really does need to work on his finishing. But PSG, Atalanta was holding on to dear life, man. I felt sorry for them because they just got moved to differently. Defenders were even scoring. Marquinhos was scoring. Like, Carlo Ramos got himself a goal. Yeah, PSG, the way they play, fast, attacking, fluid football. Everyone's having joy. Everyone's getting freedom. Even defenders are having freedom. I'm sorry, they were taking liberties in that game. PSG are definitely the most scariest team in the Champions League right now. And it's going to be hard to stop because they're moving crazy. As for Ajax versus Inter Milan, Marcus Thuram is a very good striker. Took his goals calmly. Cool, calm, collective. He is a very good striker, man. At Inter Milan, away from home against Ajax, it's not easy. 2-0, clean sheet, Champions League finalists last year, new manager. Yeah, man. Big up Inter Milan, man. Bastoni's still in the team, doing his thing. Yeah, man. Shout out Inter. Shout out Inter. And obviously, our 3-2 win against Atletico Madrid. We just love the late goals, isn't it? Virgil van Dijk, captain, leader, legend. Top 5 players in the world right now and the best centre-back in the world, comfy. He is a generational defender, once in a lifetime defender. And it's going to be absolutely difficult to replace him when he eventually leaves, because there's no one like him. There's no one that's ever going to be like him. He's an absolute joke. He's colossal. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, captain, leader, legend. I think Florian Wirtz had a good game. I know people are going to be like, oh, he never got goal and assist. Come on, man. Like, he had a good game. He took some nice touches. He was carrying the ball. He was creating chances. In my humble opinion, obviously, the players couldn't take the chance that he was creating. But to me, he had a good game. Like, Florian Wirtz is just warming. He's warming. He's getting up to speed. He's warming. Don't worry. He's warming. And the signs that I'm seeing now, I never lost faith anyway. I know people lost faith, but they're just listening to rival fans. I don't know why you're listening to rival fans. Like, trust yourself, bro. Trust your instinct. If your eyes are telling you that he's cooking, just say it, bro. And if you don't believe he's performing well, then you can say that as well. But don't let rival fans cloud your judgment. Please don't do that, because it's just going to make you look silly when he eventually turns good. And that's exactly what Florian Wirtz is going to do. Alexander Isak had this game. You know, I know he never got himself a goal, but he's done his thing still. Like, obviously, the nice touches, the link up play, and also the shots that he was taking. Yes, he didn't score, but you can tell that the way he can get the ball out of his feet just to get a shot off, he can create his own chances. Listen, we're warming. Alexander Isak is warming. Mo Salah again in the Champions League. Three defenders. Move, man. I got this. Bottom corner. Typical celebration. Yeah, but obviously, Atletico Madrid obviously came back. Diego Simeone. You know what's so crazy? I think Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid side now is better going forward than they are defensively. You understand? Because when they go forward, they actually move the ball quickly. They actually do generate themselves chances. And what's his name? Marcus Llorente. He moves like prime Steven Gerrard every time he touches Anfield. Every time he touches Anfield, he moves like prime Steven Gerrard. You got another brace. What is going on? And unfortunately, we can't hold on to 2-0 leads. We can't hold on to 2-0 leads. Now, a big part of that is because I just believe teams are just being clinical against us. They're not wasting any chances. I swear to you. It's like every time they get like 2-3 chances, they're at least scoring 1 or 2. They're so clinical against us. So hopefully that ends quickly in terms of that clinicalness, because it is making our defense look way worse than it actually is. I don't think our defense is that bad. I just think teams has been clinical. That's another thing as well that no one's taken into account. Teams are just being clinical. It happens, unfortunately. So yeah, man, but at least we got ourselves the win. You understand? So, yeah, man, nothing more than an Anfield night. 3-2 win, we move. And obviously today, as I can see, obviously Club Brugge beat Monaco, Leverkusen rescued a point, Grimaldo scoring another free kick, one of the best free kick takers in the world. Marcus Rashford moving mad. Hey, listen, Man United fans, we need to have words. Marcus Rashford moving mad. And Jeremy Doku earlier scored 2 goals for Manchester City. So yeah, Marcus Rashford did score still. So yeah, man, Barcelona starting themselves with a win. Newcastle might be missing someone. Newcastle might be missing someone. But there you have it, people. Hopefully you lot enjoyed the video. Let me know if I should do more of this in terms of Champions League reviews. From when the match day ends, in terms of the last fixtures of the match day. Make sure you let me know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and without any further ado, I'm out. In a bit, you lot.